What's up, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I want you to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also, hit them notifications to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Um, I'm going to live a little late right now. I had some things that I had to take care of, but nevertheless, I'm still here. I do want to give a shout out to all of my subs that's been rocking with me. Uh, my old subs, my day ones, and of course my new subs. I appreciate y'all for showing so much love to the content. And shout out to the whole entire Alliance Den, both basketball and as well as boxing communities. Ted, I see you in here, my brother. What's up with it? Brown Sugar, what's up with it, baby? How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Um, Listen, let's go ahead and start it off like this, all right? Now, a lot of y'all that's been rocking with me, y'all know how I feel about Bronny James. Now, this isn't any type of rant or any of that, but I gotta set the record straight. You know, I don't bite my tongue for nobody. And I definitely don't hold back on a lot of things. I've toned it down a little bit for those of y'all that know how I rock on my channel and everything, but it still is what it is with me. Okay, now Bronny James is really working his ass off. All right, you got to give the young man credit. Okay, um, when it comes to the combine. Now, of course, it's a lot of speculation as to why Bronny is doing this. Is he doing it for the happiness of LeBron James? Or is he truly doing it because this is really what he wants to do? Okay. Now, I don't have a problem either way it goes. And as a matter of fact, I stand by this. I feel like he should go another year, maybe 2 years in college and everything. But that's not the issue that I have, right? What I have an issue um, with is, okay, the people that absolutely can't stand LeBron James, okay, and they don't like him as a person, nor do they like him as a basketball player. They don't like him, anything that he does. They don't even like the way the dude smiles. They don't like the way the dude carries himself at all. They don't like nothing about him. Don't have no trouble with that if you don't like LeBron James. But what I'm talking about is, if you hate that man so much to the point where you have to use Bronny James as a smokescreen in order for you to hate on LeBron James, to me, that's a weak, weak way of doing things. And it's a cowardly way of doing things. What's up with it, Cottage? Make sure y'all go sub to my boy, the homie, Cottage 81. He's been dropping some content. Salute to you, bro. I watched the new one today, the preview of it, man. He's on the come up, all right. So just go support Cottage, all right. LDBC all day. Now, if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna use Bronny as a smokescreen to hate on LeBron James, then just go ahead and just continue on hating on LeBron James. But don't hate on the young man that's actually trying to do something. Because right now, the reason why I don't really put him in the same class as his father, for one, he's green right now. He has no understanding of what he's about to embark on. I'm pretty sure he has some understanding. What's up with it, Alex? I see you in here, bro. Um, I think he has some understanding of what's going on. You know, of course, his father is not stupid at all. LeBron James isn't stupid. He's a very intelligent guy. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to manipulate, knows how to do all of those type of things. But in terms of his children, you can't take away the fact that he's a father. So I'm pretty sure his father has put him on game as well as his mom too, because women will put him on game too as well. You know what I'm saying? Being that she is a mom and everything, so, and they're putting him on game and doing the best that they can to put him on game to tell him what he was about to embark on. But even still, with all of that lecturing and all of those gems that they're probably dropping for him, it is still something that he has to experience himself. Experience is the best teacher. Yeah, he is. He is. He's from USC, man. He's from USC, man. Had family members that went to USC, but the thing about it is if you're gonna use Bronny James as a smokescreen, as an argument, just to go ahead and then make your way into LeBron James, and then that gives you a reason to hate on Bronny James. To me, that's a weak argument. Me, I said clearly that he's not ready for the league, but I'm still gonna give him his props. Now, did he do good at the combine? Yeah, without NBA defense. He did good without NBA defense. The only way that we're really going to truly tell if I'm sorry about that, Bronny James will be able to thrive is if he's in the game setting, okay? And like me, Ted, everybody that's in here, we'd probably be like all stars. You know what I'm saying? By yourself, you'll be great. I can knock down 12 to 15 jumpers straight and everything. But that's why I posed the question, will he be able to do this in different situations? Because they're going to place you in different situations. Coaches are going to run schemes on you. They're going to do everything that they can. They're going to set traps on you. They're going to study your game. They're going to be looking at film, all this other stuff. It's a different beast. He might even do somewhat okay. Like if he does happen to make it to the league or something, he might get away with some stuff his first season. But then a lot of coaches are gonna look at the tendencies. They're gonna look at your weaknesses and stuff like that. When the game gets tight, things of that nature, and some of that stuff that you used to get away with and stuff like that, they're gonna figure that out, especially as a young player, because you don't have no clue what you're about to embark on. And if you're not really at the level of what say a MJ was, or even LeBron James is, or some of the greats in the past like Magic and the all-time greats, if you're not at that level just coming straight in like that, it's going to take you a good 3 to 4 years, maybe even 5 years to get it. Some of them it takes about 5 years, 5 or 6 years. Will Bronny develop into a superstar? That's hard to say. Now, you said, what do you think? Okay, listen, I'll put it to you like this, Cottage. Anybody, if they put their mind to it and hard work, and what I see from Bronny is he's a hard worker. Now, everybody, I want to talk about something else, man. I want to talk about, as it pertains to Bronny, about this height thing, okay? Listen, it don't matter if Bronny is 6. I heard some people talking about, the fact that, oh, he's short and he's 6'1" and all this other stuff. That don't mean anything. Height doesn't mean anything. Height don't mean, I'm going to tell you like this right now. Height doesn't mean a damn thing, okay? If you can hoop, you can hoop. And the thing that Bronny James makes up for his height is that he's extremely athletic. I said this already. I thought that he was about 6'3". Well, they had him listed at 6'3". But, at the combine without shoes, he's 6'1", which to me, it really didn't make a difference because he didn't really appear not like 6'3" or anything like that to me. He looked about 6'2". He looked about Maxi's height. Right. If you look at Tyrese Maxey, he's 6'2", but Tyrese Maxey can get up and he's very explosive. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry 6'2", 6'3". Height doesn't make a difference, man. If you can hoop, you can hoop. And a lot of people are questioning whether he'll make it or not, being that he's 6'1". Man, look, man, if you were look at Chris Paul, he's 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? And he panned out in the league. Now maybe he wasn't a champion or nothing like that, but he still was able to play for quite some time. Yeah, Tyrese Maxey is a superstar. He's emerging into that superstar, and I pray that he keeps going straight. I hope they go ahead and give him his max that he deserves, because he definitely deserved it after this year. A lot of people were really speculating if Maxey was looking elsewhere because he was at the game, at the OKC Mavericks game, but I think he was there to support SGA, because SGA played for Kentucky too. So um, hold on one second. Now, I don't like the fact that you have some hardcore LeBron James hater. You know what I'm saying? That sit up there and they want to hate on they hate on him so much that they're willing to hate on his son. And me, I'm not about to do that. Now, if you want to call me saying that Bronny James is not ready, he needs to spend a couple years in college, uh, get like some years up under his belt, get some experience. If you want to call that hating, I'm all great with that. But I am going to speak my truth. What's up with it, Angelo Bell? I see you in here, bro. I see you in here, man. Matter of fact, man, my daughter's game is this weekend. Her soccer game. You said I don't think LeBron Senior is in the top 10. Well, that's your opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have LeBron James up that high, but see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Cottage. I don't I don't use Bronny as a as a catalyst to start talking about LeBron James, because he's already had his time. LeBron James has already had his time. His time is over with, okay, and or it's coming to a close pretty much. Now it's time for him to, or for people to move on to his sons and everything like that. Now, these are the things that Bronny James are going to get if he does get drafted, okay? Because they're talking about he potentially could be in the second round and all that. If he gets drafted, people are going to come at him like they did Austin Rivers. They're going to be like, yeah, the only reason you got in here is because, listen, he is going to be food both mentally and physically for all of these guys that play. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. Nobody is going to take it easy on him. He's going to have hell to pay. They don't care if LeBron James is your son, is your father, and they don't care about any of that, because at the end of the day, they're trying to win, and they're trying to make you. They're trying to get any type of competitive advantage that they can on you. So yes, he's going to receive a lot of backlash. He's going to receive a lot of controversy and everything like that. And the thing about it is, do I think it's unfair to him? Yeah, it is. But it could potentially make him super weak, or it can make him rise above everything. Who do you think is going to draft LeBron's son? We don't know. We don't know. We have to see, how everything goes. But according to Wojnarowski, he's talking about he'll be able to pack and be he'll be able to pack like an arena and be marketable as far as G League. He said that's what's up. Her and her team are going to get that win. Yeah, well they they won last year. Her and her team they won last year. You know, and she got player of the game last year. One time she be getting mad when she got a sportsmanship medal and she got a player of the game too, and all of her whole team won the whole team last year, or whatever. She's kind of starting off a little late. We've had some weather problems, and then of course she's had some issues with like asthma and stuff like that. But we've got everything squared away with that. So you know, a small thing to a giant. But getting back to Bronny James, and see that correlates to what I was just saying right now about my daughter. See, like when my daughter and my son they get older, I'm gonna let them make their own decisions in terms of as it pertains to sports. I'm not gonna try to push them and live my dreams through them. Sort of what like a lot of people feel like LeBron James is doing. Okay, because if you're putting that type of pressure on a on a youth, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to get the true enjoyment of how he feels about that particular sport. You know what I'm saying? I give you a prime example. I've talked to several guys, man, that have played professional sports, and a lot of them will tell you, and they'll tell you that even in high school, they said they didn't enjoy it because they felt like they wanted to please their dad, or they wanted to please their parents, or they wanted to please other people instead of pleasing themselves. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he averaged 4.8. And see, if you look at those numbers and stuff, you'll say to yourself, man, he clearly is not ready for the NBA. You know what I'm saying? At this point in time. But my whole thing is I always go back to the flip side of things, and I'm always optimistic as to the way that I look at things. And I said, let's go ahead, let's run everything back. Like I've always said before, let's run everything back. You know what I'm saying? Because if you run everything back and the the situation is different, you don't have no heart issues because they cleared him to play clearly. All right. Then on top of that, you have a full off season. I'm saying if he goes back to college, you're able to have full practices with these guys. You're able to run exhibition. Um, let's just pray you don't get injured. You make all your games and stuff. You could potentially have a better season. You could actually come in because you at least got to be in double figures. You know what I'm saying? You at least got to be in some sort of double figures. And I know some people. I'm going to bring up the fact about a lot of college players who really didn't have a good collegiate career. I've done it before, but in this situation right here, I don't think it's a good idea because you're going to go there and then and okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I was making sure this guy could get in. Um, you're gonna get in there, and then you're gonna wind up failing, and they're liable to just send him back and say, hey, he's not ready yet. You can't push you can't push talent, or you can't make that guy do something that he wasn't truly blessed with. You know what I'm saying? You can't make him be another LeBron. You can't make a Michael Jordan's son be Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that okay, he wasn't blessed with. You said facts the same with me and my kids. I'm letting my 10-year-old do that now and see where you feel. Yeah, exactly. You don't force anything on him. Now, if he comes to me and he says, because my son, at first he didn't like basketball, And then he started playing, and he saw that he was somewhat good at it, and he ended up getting the medal. And that inspired him. Of course, I took the medal away from him. I let him have it for like a day or so, and then I put it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want him getting too cocky or anything like that. But now he wants to play, and then he said he wants to play t-ball again. You know what I'm saying? So I let him do it, and if he gets tired of t-ball or whatever, and he said he don't want to play no more, that's fine. Just like with my daughter, she said she don't want to play basketball no more. I'm not gonna get mad at her. But you have some parents out there that'll be like, "Oh no, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that," forcing them to do that. You know what I'm saying? There were some activities that she didn't want to do anymore, but there's nothing that I can do about that. Do you think Bronny is gonna be a bust? We don't know, man. We don't know. Like I said, man, it it depends on how hard he works. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, if you ask that type of question, Cottage, if you're saying if you're asking if a guy is going to be a bust or not, it depends on what you're looking at it as a bust. If you say, okay, yeah, well, this guy he only averaged 4.8 points per game. To me, that's not really going to be a bust. You know why? Because that's what he averaged while he was in college, and all you're going to say is, okay, yeah, we knew that he wasn't going to pan out like we thought he was. So to me, that's not a bust. To me, a bust would be somebody that, okay, you put them in the league or whatever, and they just didn't do anything. But I really don't like calling anybody that term like a bust, because if you make the NBA, to me, you did something that a lot of guys, very few people are able to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to disrespect guys. You might have made the league and you only averaged like 2.5 points or whatever. But can the same guy that's talking a whole bunch of trash about you, can he sit on an NBA seat? Can he sit on a roster? Can he make a depth chart? Can he make a roster? Can he go and compete at the combine? Can he go and play in the NBA Summer League at a tryout? Can he even make the damn G League? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask him that. Then you'll get a reality check of who you calling a bust or not. The same guy that you're talking about that's a bust, that's probably the last man on the roster that probably don't get no playing time at all. He's probably working out harder, three times as hard, because he's still trying to make it. He's still got a goal. That guy probably got a family and stuff, and he wants to make the big bucks, and he wants to be recognized. Or he probably just wants to do it because it's a personal goal of his. But whatever the case is, he's still working. But it's all about, really, a lot of times it's just all about how you outwork the competition. And sometimes it's also about being at the right place at the right time. A lot of these guys that are in here, there are a lot of guys that aren't as talented like a LeBron James, or like a Anthony Edwards or anything like that. But what keeps them on the floor is their hustle and their hard work. And that's what you got to understand about a guy like Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson Jalen Brunson was drafted in the second round, but you knew he had potential. You know why? Because he won a championship over there at Villanova. Um, it's the same thing with Tyrese Halliburton. You said Bronny net worth is about $10.5 million. Well, yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to play ball if he doesn't choose to. You know what I'm saying? He could do something else. A lot of people actually, they want him to just do something. They'll be like this. They'll make this statement. They'll be like, they'll sit up there and they'll say, "Well, if I had a father as a billionaire or something like that, I definitely wouldn't be doing that. I would be doing something completely different. You know, I would go into business or something like that. But you don't know what's going on in that guy in Bronny James' mind. You know, I mean, he's playing ball right now. It's something that he nearly died doing. So you got to have some sort of love in order to be doing it. But here's my thing, right? I don't. This is what I don't like. I don't like the fact that they're just constantly covering Bronny James. There's other guys in there at the combine. You know what I'm saying? That's why I showed Zach Edey. You know what I'm saying? Zach Edey is in the combine too. Did people forget that he was pretty much the best big man in the country? In a lot of people's eyes, he's the number one big man. I mean, especially in my eyes. So, but like I said, man, getting back to the original topic at hand, don't use Bronny James as a smokescreen. You know what I'm saying? People would try to nitpick and do anything, just so that they could bring LeBron James because they don't have anything. They don't have anything else to talk about. LeBron ego is destroying his son. It's really sad. Listen, I I understand exactly what you're saying, and that's why, like, I would want Bronny James to just go ahead and go back to college. Look, as a parent, Angelo, and you know this, all of my parents that are in here, there's gonna be a certain point in time when your son and daughter is they're gonna go at you. Now, I don't know what's going on in the James household. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. There's a lot of things that could be going on. But if Bronny James does not want to do this, he's really going to have to tell his dad, hey, look, I don't want to play ball anymore. You know what I'm saying? It was this movie. It reminds me of this movie. I think it's called Uncorked. I think that's the movie. It had Niecy Nash in there. It had it had it was about a guy, man. He wanted to do, you know, go to, open up his own winery, have his own winery. He went to wine tasting school, stuff like that. He had to go to Paris and study and stuff. Well, he had his father had a barbecue. It was a barbecue restaurant, and he was responsible for different tasks in the restaurant and stuff like that, opening, closing, cutting up the wood, stuff like that. And he was trying to get him to run the restaurant and everything, but that's not what he wanted to do. And he told his father that he didn't want to run the restaurant anymore, or he didn't want to be, doing that anymore. And his father was really, really mad or whatever, and they didn't talk for quite some time. And his mom ended up getting sick or whatever. She ended up losing her life to cancer, unfortunately. But then eventually he came around to it again, and then he wanted to do the restaurant and everything. But what I'm saying is like the fact that he had to tell his dad that, you know what I'm saying, he kind of struggled with telling his dad that he didn't want to run the restaurant. He wanted to do, have his own winery, have his own place where he sell wine and stuff. What's up with it? My brother Ticket in the building, man. What's going down, bro? But and make sure y'all go sub to all the Tickets platform. This man don't need no introduction, man. Shout out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball community, man. And for those of y'all that don't know, Ticket is the one that brought me into the LDBC. I get a lot of questions about that. If it weren't for Ticket, uh, I wouldn't be repping for the LDBC. So shout out to Ticket and for everything that he does. A lot of you clowns that are on YouTube, if it weren't for Ticket, y'all channels wouldn't be functioning because y'all pretty much duplicated and copied his style and stuff, and so, but you don't never pay homage to this man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna pay homage. You know what I'm saying? And that and a lot of people don't understand that. So pay homage, man. Say where you got it from. You said he needs to go back to school. And we take in Chapel Hill. Okay, you said he needs to go back to school. Well, the thing about it is, he can go back to school, um, because he already entered the transfer. Well, he entered the transfer portal, so he still has some time. If things don't work out in June, because the draft is June 16th, if things don't work out in June, he can still go back to school. He'll still be able to go back to school. He'll be able to go back to school, get a couple years up under his belt. Listen, live in the gym. You got I don't know how many, what it'll be, because you got now you got May, June, July, August, September. Then you got about 5 months, because around, like, that September, October, around that area, that's when November, that's when the seasons starts. You got all these they're gonna start doing the college rankings and stuff. A lot of these teams are gonna start doing these games so that they could rank the teams and stuff, like these preseason games and stuff. So you got a good 5 months to just live in there, even if you got to get away from the United States. See, that's another thing too. Sometimes it's good to get out of the country. Yeah, he's a combo guard. Listen, AI was a combo guard. Yeah, he was a point guard coming out. He was a PG coming out of when he first got out of Bethel. Then, of course, when he went to Georgetown and stuff. But they knew that he could score. He could attack the rim, but he could also play make. A lot of people don't understand that Allen Iverson did pass the ball. John Thompson, God rest his soul, was gonna make AI Bubba Chuck pass that rock, but he could also score. But then when he got to the league, his first year, I think it was his first 2 seasons, he was playing point guard. Then he switched to the two, and that's when he became even deadly, because they started figuring out, okay, this guy could score too. You know what I'm saying? It was because a lot of people realized that when he when he came down, he could get to the rack so easily. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of potential, but we don't want to lose sight of the fact of, okay, this guy has not had enough. If we're being honest, he hasn't had enough experience yet in terms of the collegiate. The only thing that you've seen him do is go out there and make his little mistakes and stuff like that in a small window of time. You know what I'm saying? That's not enough time. Now, there's a flip side to that too as well. Some people are gonna bring up the Kyrie Irving theory. Okay, remember Kyrie Irving? He only played a handful of games. He only played a handful of games when he was at Duke. And then when he got to the league, a lot of people were wondering, okay, yeah, he was talented and everything, but a lot of people wondering if he was going to pan out. And now look at him. You're talking about an NBA champion, hit one of the most important shots ever in the NBA Finals. Yeah, and right now, there that's a whole nother topic. I'm gonna talk about that in a whole nother video. But right now, I'm gonna keep it on Bronny James for the little bit of time that I'm talking. But yeah, man, I just wanted to say that, man, don't use Bronny James as a smokescreen. If you're gonna hate on LeBron James, just go ahead and hate on LeBron James. Continue doing what you're doing, but don't use that to hate on Bronny James, because really Bronny James has done nothing but be good to the game right now, because he's green right now. He doesn't really know what he's really getting himself into or about to get himself into, because he's gonna run into all types of snakes and savages, um, people that really don't care. You know what I'm saying? People that are cold hearted. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like what the world is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's gonna run into, and that's why LeBron. A lot of people say that LeBron has turned into the way that he has, because when you got people, up in there, rumored to be, uh, sleeping with your mom, and um, people always, talking down on, your hair, and people talking behind your back and chuckling behind your back and stuff like that, then that'll make that'll make you be a certain type of way. That's why it has made. I think after he left that first year in Cleveland and then he went to Miami, that's when you really started to see a change in LeBron, the way that he acts. Is people like Nick Wright gonna overlook Bronny James? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know, man. I mean, Nick Wright is a LeBron James supporter to the end. You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine not. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want people to make no mistake about it. I'm gonna put this out there again. I want people to understand this. I want to see Bronny James make it. Matter of fact, I want to see Bryce make it just as much as Bronny James. And this is the reason why, is because they don't really give Bryce. They're not even talking about Bryce. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not delusional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not naive, and definitely, I was blessed with common sense. You're not gonna just come in there and just start having it your way. Even if your father is, um, the quote unquote face of the league. Even if your father is the face of the league, because they have to put a certain product on the floor. You know, and they're talking about going to NBC. They're not going to want to see. They're not going to want to put a product on the floor that can't pan out against amongst NBA, competition, elite NBA competition. You getting out there and you getting destroyed and stuff like that. Nah, and I'm not saying that he's gonna get absolutely destroyed or anything like that. But save yourself the grief and go get prepared first, because you can't just come out there and expect, okay, Bronny going from 4.8 and then he gonna go to the league and all of a sudden he gonna be averaging double figures like that. It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen, man. And that's not gonna be fair to him. You know what I'm saying? That's really unfair. That's not cool. Yeah, I already posted it on my wall, cottage. It's on my wall. I had announced that, but and I actually talked about that this morning. If you go take a look at the video, but yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, y'all, man. In a nutshell, I'm gonna go live again a little bit later, but we gotta stop all this madness about Bronny James being, you know, using every little thing to using LeBron James just as a smoke screen, and vice versa too. Because a lot of people will use LeBron James as an excuse to hate on Bronny James, and then they'll use Bronny James just so that they can go ahead and start automatically talking about LeBron James. No, when I talk about Bronny James, I'm just talking about Bronny James, and I'm gonna stay talking about him, and that's it. I don't need to go into why I don't like this guy or anything like that. I don't need to automatically doing that. And look, it's nothing personal against even with LeBron James. I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't like the way he does his teammates and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you like this. I've already said. I just think that he should just save everybody the misery and what he's putting the league through, and just go ahead and retire. I've already said that, and people get mad when you say that. You said Bronny can average 26 in his sleep. Yeah, he'll definitely be dreaming. Yeah, in his sleep. You're right. only in his sleep right now. But see, that's what I'm saying. All these heavy expectations that they're trying to put on him and stuff like that, it's not fair. And you also got to look at the fact of what this guy is going through health wise. I look at his health, man. I look at his health, man. But some people don't, they don't look at it that way. A lot of these people, they talk about how they have families, and you know they got a wife and kids and stuff like that, and uh, you, you know they don't believe in hurting people and stuff like that. But you'll sit there and the way that you critique Bronny, or the way that you critique a guy, it goes beyond basketball to the point where you you become obsessed with talking about that man. I'm gonna talk about Bronny, and I'm gonna critique him and just his game. Okay, I'm not gonna use Bronny and talk about, oh, how LeBron James treats his teammates, or how snakish LeBron is, or anything like that. That's not what I'm going to talk about. You got to stay on the subject, but you have people out here that want to hear that. Do you have people out here? That's all they want to do. They just want to use Bronny James, and then they want to they want to hate on Bronny James, and people gonna be like, oh, well, he's a grown man, But this guy, have you heard about this guy snaking people? No, you haven't. Have you heard about this guy hating on other people? No, you haven't. Have you heard about this guy, you know what I'm saying, having a big ego? No, you haven't. Have you heard anything negative about this guy? No, you haven't. You know what I'm saying? Even though it might be hearsay or whatever. You haven't heard any of that, man. All you hear about this guy is, this guy coming in there, he working hard, he trying to do everything that he can. One could argue to please his father or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let the young man live. Well, I mean, look, he got it. Listen, what he's gonna have to do is just take it one step at a time. All these heavy ass expectations that they're putting on him, you're doing more harm than good. And that's the same thing that they did. I imagine that they were doing to Marcus Jordan and the other kids. You said people who hating on Bronny probably don't even have kids. Yeah, exactly. They probably don't even have kids, so they really wouldn't understand. But when you place those people in that situation, then they'll be able to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Look, like I said, I don't mind joking and playing around and stuff like that, clown and stuff like that. That's cool. But at the end of the day, man, this guy hasn't done anything that his father has done. You know what I'm saying? So if you're sitting there and you saying, "Ah, man, look at his son, man, yeah, he a sucker too," or something like that, then, well, dude, that dude is probably green. That man, he probably like complete opposite from what his pops is. But we don't know that. That's why I said probably. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But all I'm saying is, from a basketball standpoint, critique critique his basketball play, but just keep it at that. Don't try to use it as a smoke screen to automatically go ahead and ease your way into talking about LeBron James, because that right there, it's weak. It shows your closed mindedness, if that makes any sense. It doesn't show any type of versatility in what you talk about. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys, this is another thing too. You have a lot of guys out here, they could talk for about 2 hours straight up cooking LeBron, talking about that. But can you talk for an hour breaking down Bronny about what he needs to do to get better? Nah, you don't want to talk about that. What you want to do is you want to go ahead, talk about Bronny for a little bit, and then go ahead and then finish off talking, destroying LeBron James. Look, we're trying to move on from him. That's what y'all constantly complain about. Oh, we ready for him to go and stuff like that. Well, shoot. If you're gonna talk about Bronny, stay on Bronny. If you're gonna talk, and some guys can't do that. They can't do it. They don't know how to do it. If I challenged them to do that, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't be able to do it. So, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and ride out, y'all. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure you like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications too, so that you are notified. Straight to the point. Shout out to the whole entire Lions Den, both basketball and boxing community. Till then, I'm out.